U.S. military forces are ready to go if and when the president gives the green light for a strike against Syria. This would be punishment for that chemical weapons attack last week that left more than 300 Syrian civilians dead, many of them women and children. Vice President Biden today became the highest-ranking administration official to declare that the Assad regime was behind that attack. The Syrian government denies it. UN inspectors have not finished their investigation. So what evidence does the United States have? David Martin has found out at the Pentagon.
Before the U.S. acts, it plans to publicly reveal some of the intelligence which Vice President Biden said today proves who is to blame for the mass casualties in Syria.
There is no doubt who is responsible for this heinous use of chemical weapons in Syria: the Syrian regime.
The intelligence, much of it still classified, ranges from intercepted Syrian communications to tests of tissue samples taken from victims, down to the simple fact that the regime is the only one in Syria known to have chemical weapons. But British Prime Minister David Cameron warned there is no smoking gun.
There is never 100% certainty. There's never one piece or several pieces of intelligence that can give you absolute certainty.
Traveling in Asia, Defense Secretary Chuck Hagel spoke by phone with the defense ministers of Britain and France, two countries which have pledged to join the U.S. in punishing Syria for using chemical weapons. Then he was asked by a reporter if the Pentagon, which has moved 4 destroyers into the eastern Mediterranean, is ready to strike.
If the order comes, you're ready to go like that?
We are ready to go like that.
Each of the destroyers is armed with about 40 cruise missiles, a satellite-guided weapon that carries a 1,000-pound warhead, has a range of 1,000 miles or more, and an accuracy to within about 15 feet. Standard procedure would be for the ships to fire an opening salvo at night, wait for satellites to assess the damage, and restrike any targets that were not destroyed. A process that could take a few days. The British Parliament meets in emergency session on Thursday to vote on a motion to authorize military action. Although President Obama has not yet made a final decision, U.S. officials expect a strike would begin soon after that. Scott?
David, what could the Syrians do if the United States does eventually attack?
Well, for one, they could try to attack the fleet, but I think the ships are probably too far offshore and too well defended for that. The other thing, Scott, is they could try to use chemical weapons again, since it is unlikely a single strike will completely eliminate them.
David Martin, following developments at the Pentagon. David, thank you very much.